Hollywood watch your back because the indie scene getting better each year, especially this new indie independent animation called Atlas and the Stars was sort of a surprise because the first time I watched it in Twitter or aka X, that I actually wasn't that interested because of the art style, but I still give it a chance. And yet it kind of blew me away because it set up something like Star Wars, but you know me or know my channel, I really don't like Star Wars. I'm more like a Trekkie fan than the Star Wars fan. It's not because it's terrible, it's the fact I can never get into it because it never really fully explains or give us a good idea how the basically everything works in a way. I mean, it does, but in the way how I want it. I need a good explanation, something that I really feel kind of grounded, but yet could jump off logic on point that I still believe. That's the only issue I have getting into Star Wars. But you are into Star Wars, but you want good Star Wars. Atlas and the Stars is for you because it's one of those shows that is sort of Star Wars aspired, especially with how everything is built. Before I continue, my name is Retro. I like to talk about animation. Of course, not just animation. I do reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have a chance, I do a cartoon breaking news. Of course, I really help if you do put a like, comment, and subscribe. Or at least subscribe if you can, or a like, because those little things really help my channel. It actually make it grow. Of course, if you care, not that's okay, bro. Let's continue now. Atlas and the Stars is one of those automatically recommend. The first indie episode was great. In fact, you can watch it right now on YouTube. What it's about is basically this character called Alice that she basically runs away from home, but we don't know why she runs. The only thing we know or explanation she gives is as sort of a narration. It's the fact she is a person who wants to change her life. She's the one who wants to have this grand adventure. And on top of this, she's not a completely newbie. It really shows how attention she really is when she hijacks a car and trying to move point A to point B. That she created her own tech. She is very adventurous. She's a risk taker because she is sort of maybe tired in this planet. I mean, maybe. We don't know or we have the full picture because this indie animation pilot, what it does is give you half answers. The other half let you use your own imagination to cover the other half. The reason why, because he has trusted you to understand the character. What's a best example is the fact when she attempted to hack a car, she doesn't use like two different long needles or metal rods to hack it. She used a glove. The glove that she correctly, that she doesn't fully explain, it just shows you how she hacked it. She shows you how she moved to point B to point A without telling you or give you some expedition dump. It's relying on you understand the scenery, what she does. And that's the first time it does this several times in the pilot while you actually recognize it. I mean, there are times I just realize, oh, they showing me, not telling me. And that is sort of hard because a good animation pilot show or anything else is the best way to tell a story is showing you, not telling you. The reason you do expedition dumps is the fact it's sort of hard to show you something. They give you more context. The only way you do this, if you have so much things to say or how this works, but you simply have to trust the audience, and that's sort of 50-50 chance that it probably won't. And that's sort of the fear trying to make this sort of animation while give you any straight contact. Something like Primal that has no contact, it just shows you, and that show is phenomenon. Of course, I love that you do have a villain of this first pilot, but this villain that really is sympathetic. It's one of those really hard to show you each single character, where they're from, what they're doing, and show you everything is sort of connected in a way. It's only show you the blueprints of destiny, showing you which characters, what's gonna happen, who could be rivals, who could be enemies. And that is sort of hard to do while feeling being forced or natural, but this party feels is predestined to happen. Especially the villain is so sympathetic because what he's doing, he's trying to feed this planet using energy. Life source energy with other planets or give us his own energy. But we don't know why and why he keep doing this every single time. It gives an explanation he's doing this to make the planet survive. But it sort of shows you that he's doing this with his family. Like something about his wife and daughter or son age. We don't know what gender it is, but he tries to maybe have more power to connect to them. We don't understand the clear context there. If they're dead or a different universe, or he needs just enough power to connect even more. That's all we know. He needs a little bit more juice, but at the same time it's connected to this planet that he has to keep feeding. But the only problem is he is sort of desperate to keep doing this because it's not just him. A small group of people also is sort of connected to him to their survival. But it makes more disturbing sense that he has an opening to leave this sort of universe because our two main leads sort of kind of running away by accident because Alice stole a car and sort of ended on the DMV. After that, she escaped with the DMV driver inside the car while noticing they sort of jumped to the next universe by accident because at this moment, the main villain trying to feed the planet, it became sort of broken universes for a mini second. But they have control, but it also make understand they don't have full control, if that makes sense. They have everything in control. They know what's happening every single second, but not every moment. Sometimes little cracks reappear, and that crack our two main heroes so I kind of fall into it. But because of this, the main villain realized there are different universes. We can use this to our advantage. And you think her right hand man of the main villain says, oh, we can escape, we can run away, we can be free on curse. But the main villain says no. It's sort of obvious why he is no, but I love it that because when he says no, you understand how deep in he really is. Because at the very beginning, he show you how sympathetic our main villain really is. He does care about his family, but only his family. But at the same time, he trusts his co-workers, have a really good relationship. At least that's what I assume. But the more and more you keep seeing the conversation, the more and more you seeing the right-hand man kind of scared of him. He knows anything he talks about his family, the job, or anything, this character feels a little bit unease around her own boss because he knows what he can do, but without actually showing you. You just show the expression of his right hand man. And that says a lot. Yeah, that's why I really enjoy it. It says a lot of just expressions or the conversations or how the world works. But especially how the world works is really pulling out our two main leads, Alice and Atmosphere. Two completely characters. They are not the same person. They do not have the same culture because they keep showing you different ways they work. I think the best way is the end of the pilot that Atmosphere attempted to shake Alice's hand, and Alice sort of freaked out, like, "What are you doing? Like, what? Why are you pulling your hand? I don't get it. Like, it's an American. Pulling your hand means you are kind of acknowledging and respecting and saying hello to your fellow person. But Alice is not used to that. She doesn't understand that sort of expression or understanding or gratitude. She is so confused and lost, and she asked for an explanation. And that was just sort of mind blowing because usually you see Star Wars, Star Trek, or other kind of futuristic, kind of sci fi, they sort of skip that orientation or skip sort of things that could be more realistic. And I think that's what's just so interesting about this pilot. It's so futuristic but realistic. Yeah, I think that's the problem I always have from Star Wars. They feel unrealistic sometimes. The point I just can't get into it, and little things like that makes the show even better. Like when the first time Alice and Atmosphere meet, they meet in a D&B by accident because Alice started a car and started to land instead of their version of a D&B. But she panics, she doesn't know what to do, they check in the car, she freaks out, and Atmosphere basically freaks out and calls it's a thief. But what happens in D&B, someone steals a car, all the co-workers panic because they're not soldiers, they're not cops. They're just workers in the D&B. And they sort of try to like stumble, should we call the cops? Should we do something? Everybody freaks out till Alice escapes, accidentally taking Atmosphere with her. But I love it to point out how different both of them really are. Alice is a go-getter. Atmosphere is a police person. That he is kind of more realistic, kind of freaked out, but down to earth, and kind of questions Alice the things she does, and vice versa. Like, why you stay in the same place? We should escape, do something new, something refreshing. These two different dynamics makes a very interesting partnership because you're kind of wondering who's gonna crack first, who's gonna walk away, who's gonna do something dumb, the other one trying to save it. Because you know how different they are and the conversation could be. On top of all this, it's clearly hinted at the right-hand man of the main villain could probably join their group because how questionable her boss really is. So yeah, that could be interesting. That's what I mean. This feel predestined, but never feel cliche over the top. It's just done so well. Now, the animation. I said it before, the animation, I wasn't a fan at first because I'm not sure I actually like the sort of character designs or the flow, everything what's going on. But it works pretty well. It's not like a disappointment. It's not horrible. It's good. Especially depends on what creature it is because it's more kind of animal based. Like one of our main lead Atmosphere, he's sort of kind of like a tiger or sort of kind of flothball who could be a cat or in the cat family ish or a lemur, I'm guessing. But you have that sort of furry kind of look. But you have other characters are more kind of lizards or different kind of shape, but they're very distinctive. You understand who they are and what type of animal ish or inspired by it, but it never feel disappointing. It's almost I am excited to the next character to appear just to see what they actually look or decide because the design is perfect. It just gives you the idea of what they are and where they come from. Now, the fluency is a different story because this is sort of indie. Indie don't have the huge team as Pixar or DreamWorks. You have a small team. Whatever you have in the team, hoping the people you hire they're talented enough or understand what is the assignment. And sometimes, because you have the small team, the accuracy of the animation falters sometimes. So you have a little moment that's just sort of strange, but you will not notice it if you're not into animation. I mean into you understand the process, understand one scene moves to the other without feeling jarring. Those kind of things. Those kind of things you probably will not notice. Maybe one scene, but the rest you probably will not notice because the atmosphere is just so great. It feels very adventurous, very I go to see the universes because our main lead is that type of character to see the grand world. And that's just fun. If you like this type of character, it's very enjoyable. All the characters are relatable. Each character makes sense. And that's all you need. The animation is still good. It just have a little weird decisions as a fan of animation and also trying to be my own animator. I kind of question some decisions, but I understand budget restraints and also your own team and time. those kind of things kind of screw you over. You don't have enough money or time to come back to fix certain things. But other than that, this pilot is gold. Even the little problems here and there, I still recommend it. In fact, do you see it? Do you like it? Tell me down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say, just one question. Don't forget to subscribe. Do you like it? I'm sorry I'm gibberish right now. I'm being broken. I'm just ending this conversation now. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful time. Bye.